we listen and we don't judge. You know when they say don't believe everything you see on social media? But in this context, don't believe everything you see on the outside of a person. Do you get what I mean? I don't know how to title this, like give it an opening, but yeah, that's what this story time is about. So one day I got approached by this car. I mean, I saw the car before I saw the person inside, so let me stop playing, okay? Obviously, I was approached by a guy that drives a nice car. I think it was a BMW M3, if I'm not mistaken, because the seats were blue. So he's like, hey, let me park my car on the side so we can speak proper, right? He comes out of his car, he's wearing diesel from head to toe. I'm like, damn, okay, you're rich, all right. A girl is never gonna be broke again. My problem is every single time these rich guys approach me with the intention of wanting to be in a relationship with me, I automatically think I won in life. And then after some time, I get disappointed. Like, where do I find the right ones? Like, where do I find the proper ones? Because the ones that God keeps sending me are teaching me a lesson all the damn time. So fast forward, after giving him my number, he gave me his Instagram, I think, when we were talking back and forth, and I went to stalk his social media. And one thing that I liked was the fact that he didn't have that much followers. That was a green flag. So you having little followers, these girls will think that you're not real because you look like you have money. You look like you screenshotted from someone Instagram and posted it, which is a good thing because no one's gonna take you serious. You're gonna be all mine. So he would wear G-Star Rose, a little bit of Gucci here and there, you know, diesel. So, you know, I thought, okay, he's moneyed, right? So fast forward, he invites me to his house for a sleepover. Me, I always think I'm smart. I tell my mom that, yo, like, we're going to a party and I'm going to be back tomorrow. You know, I'm going to sleep over at a friend's house and after the party, but I am going to come back. I'm not going to come back late or whatever. And my mom is like, okay, just make sure you come back. And don't come back drunk or with a hangover or whatever because we're going to have problems. So I'm like, nah, we're not going to drink. You know, in front of parents, we like to act like we're so sober and we just don't do alcohol. Like, ew, what is alcohol even? Yeah. So fast forward, the day comes for me to go sleep over at his house, but he doesn't pick me up outside my house because I don't do that. I respect my mom. She does not play that. So I Uber myself to a certain spot and he picks me up from there and we're going, right? Now, in my head, I'm thinking we must be going to the suburbs because we're not in the same kasi as I am, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Dumb me thought we were going to another suburb. Only for us to go from my township to another township. Of which I don't have a problem with someone that stays in the township. My problem with this guy is he looks down on people that stay in the township. You know what I mean? Like, he knows that he began there, but he will be like, yeah, like, when you get a chance, like, come out of the township. It's not a good place. Like, that place is just disgusting. And whenever he would come to my kasi, he would be like, oh, you guys have drag. And hey! This guy was very negatively opinionated about the township to the point where we had to meet at this other town near where I stayed. It was a quiet place and he could handle that because he couldn't handle the crowdedness of the I won't say the location, but of the township. And he didn't like the fact that people were always staring at his car and like making remarks. Like, obviously it's positive remarks like, damn, that's a nice car. And he hated that because he was like, poverty is so loud. Like, why he can't handle people acting like they've never seen a nice car before. Hey, the things he would say. My God, I was shocked that he stayed in the same township that he was talking about. Well, not exactly the same township, another township, but you still stay in the same township. And this is why I judged him harshly. So when we get to his house, right, the fence was a wall fence with a palisade gate, sorry. So do you know that looks ugly because if you want to put palisades, I feel like you should just continue with palisades all around the fence. You know, don't make a palisade gate and a wall fence. If you put a wall fence, put a gate that closes. Ugh, you know what? I'm not an expert in these things, but it looked ugly either way. So as we get there, right, he tries to open the gate and he's fighting for his life to open that gate. I'm thinking, huh? Ain't no way. I thought you were gonna click some remote and open this gate, but it's okay. I am mad at this point because of the things I saw in that house piss me off. So he finally opens the gate and we go in. As we go in, this house is filled with nothing but trash. You know those people that hoard things for some reason. We all know there's that one house that's just filled with junk. There were 2 fridges outside. There were tables. There were chairs, like these small tables. You know the side tables that you put next to your couch? Those tables. There were these chairs that were flipped over. There is fridges. Those fridges are filled with cockroaches. You can see them walking. There's it was disgusting. Oh. In that moment, I felt instant regret. I just wish in that moment I had listened to my mom. Like, I'm thinking I should have never lied to my mom to come to this place. If anything, I should have listened to my mom when she told me before getting into any relationship, get your own car and apartment first. I would have been in my own apartment. If this guy had done this, I would have just got into my car and went back to my apartment. Now, I lied and became the thing that my mom warned me not to become. You know, when you realize that your parents were right, that realization hit home. So I decided to thug it out on Eva, and I'm thinking to myself that maybe he's just a hoarder, that outside might be looking like that, but the inside is better. Right? Fine. I go to the door. I'm waiting for him to open, right? So I'm waiting for him to get his stuff out the car and lock the car and come and open the door, right? Fine. He does that. He comes and he opens the door, and we are greeted by this awful smell. It smelled like armpit smell mixed with pee, and it's like somebody left their bath water for days, and you can smell that too. It was just disgusting. I can't even describe it. Oh God. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, let's just go in. Maybe after we open the door, it's gonna stop, right? We go in and it's the kitchen, right? When we enter the kitchen, there are dishes on the kitchen sink. They are filled with ants. Some of them are in the sink. Some of them are out of the sink. There's water. There's water inside the sink. I think he attempted to wash the dishes or something. There's clothes all over the kitchen table. There's shoes under the table. Like, it's just disgusting. The curtains are dirty as hell. The fridge is making a loud sound. The floors is filled with dust. There are tea spills. Oh, for someone that acts the way you act. Oh. So we get to the sitting room, and there is a couch and a small table. Oh, and also a hookah pipe there. And there's no TV, no room divider, nothing. You would expect a sound system, nothing. So I go in there and I sit down because he's like, yo, I was in a rush this morning. Let me go prepare the bedroom for us. Okay, cool. So I'm scrolling on my phone. I'm literally texting this to all my friends. Like, guys, I'm in so much trouble. Please help me. What can I do? So as I'm texting my friends back and forth, I hear I get up to go peek because the door was a little bit open. I didn't understand what he was doing. And I see him pumping an air mattress. This could not get any worse. Oh my goodness. At this point, I just wanted to go home. I didn't care. I just wanted to go home. Because ain't no way I left my clean house, my mom's clean house, with a TV and a bed and a sound system to come to this dirty ass man's house. Ain't no way I lied to my mom for this. The house was not all dirty. There was a room that I seen when I went to go check what he's doing in the room. That room was the room that he video called me at. That's why I believed him when he said that he stayed in an apartment, because that room is really nice. Like, there's a wardrobe there. That's where he keeps his shoes. The lighting is nice. There's a mat. It's quite neat. Do you get what I mean? That's where he takes all his videos so that people think that this guy is really rich. But he's dirty. He might have money, but he's dirty. Ew. So fine, he gets done with whatever he's doing and he comes to me and he's like, so are you gonna cook a meal for us because you told me that you know how to cook? And I was like, no, I was lying. Like, I don't know how to cook. Knowing me, in all honesty, I would have cooked for him. But my problem was that there were so many dishes. So if I wanted to cook for him, I'd have to first wash the dishes and then clean the whole kitchen. Because who's about to cook in a dirty kitchen? That's disgusting. It's hard to eat food from a dirty house, right? Also forgot to mention, this guy has a legit career. Like, he literally could buy all of these things. The problem is that, I don't know, he just doesn't want to, and he's also spending his money on clothes, alcohol, and just impressing people as a whole, right? I've seen him graduate. I did see, like, his certificate, whatever. So he just wants to go out of his way to impress people and not fix his own life. So he says to me, you know what, it's fine. Let's just make eggs and bread because none of us know how to cook and it's already late. The fast food restaurants have already closed, whatever. So cool. I'm thinking in my head, like, go on ahead and make those eggs. I'm not gonna eat them. I'm not about to eat anything that comes from this filthy house. I'm sorry. He makes the food and he's like, are you hungry? I'm like, you know what? Actually, I'm not really that hungry. Just leave it out for me. I'll probably eat it later on. He's like, oh, okay. He gets to eating. He is just chopping this food up. He has like some juice in his hand. He's drinking juice. He's just eating. You know what I mean? Fine, we're eating, he's eating, we're talking, whatever. I am so mad on the inside. I am so infuriated. Like, I wish I could go off on him and be like, for a person that talks the way that you talk, you are really a filthy person. So you're telling me that it's okay for you to live like this, but go and show people other, like, I really had all those questions, but I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna shut my mouth and let this be smooth, because if he kicks me out, where am I gonna go? You know what I mean? Because all my friends can't help me. Tay's mom is in town, so if I go there this late, where am I gonna say I come from? You get what I mean? My mom might have said yes to me to go to the party, but when she goes to Tay's mom, she's gonna flip the story. So now it's time for us to go to sleep or whatever, and we go into the room. There are these filthy as blankets. This man was so dirty, you don't understand. The blankets were filthy as well. So I step on top of the bed because I want to feel like how much pressure is inside of it. Like, is it not gonna make us feel like we're sleeping on the floor? And as I step on it, it goes, the air comes out, and it's like, oh damn, like I thought I closed that hole. Sir, go buy a bed, please. So he gets to filling the air mattress with air again, and I'm like, you know what, let me just go make a quick phone call. I wasn't gonna call anyone. I just got there and acted like I was on the phone, and then I just threw my jersey over my head, and I acted like I was asleep. I didn't fall asleep. So he comes and he tries to wake me up, and I'm like, it's okay, I'll come join you, I'm already tired or whatever. He's like, alright, cool. He throws a blanket over me, and I could feel my skin itch. I wait for him to close the door, or rather go on top of his bed and just give him like 5 minutes, and I throw that blanket off me, and I sit up and I just cry. I eventually fall asleep, and he wakes me up, I think at 4 a.m, and he tells me that he has this meeting that starts at 7, so he has to be there at whatnot time so that he can sit up. I just didn't care. I was like, yeah. He's like, should I leave you with the key, or should I lock you inside the house and then go? Maybe you're scared to leave because I think I have snacks in the house. I'm like, no, it's okay. I told my mom that I'm going to Groove, so I think right about this time she should be expecting me to come back home. Of which it was a lie, but I just wanted to get out of that place. So he's like, oh, okay, no problem, whatever. So he goes, he takes a bath, gets dressed, and he comes out smelling and looking like money. In my head, I'm thinking, yeah, nah. I am to go is to see, like, this guy that I'm looking at right now stays in this filth. Wow. So fast forward, we get into the car, and on the ride home, well, he's taking me home. He's like, oh, thank you so much for visiting me. Like, I wish I could have made this day better. It's just that I'm trying to get my things together, whatever. And in my mind, I'm like, I don't care. This is the last time you're seeing me at your place. This is the last time you're speaking to me. Right? Because if you dare tell people that I came to your house once and never came back because I think this is because I know how you talk, I will expose that filthy house of yours. So fast forward, he drops me off, and I come inside the gate, whatever, and I have to sit outside and wait for my mom to actually wake up because she wasn't expecting me at this time. If I knock, she's gonna think that I went to Groove or whatever, and honestly, I am not in the mood to get shouted at, right? Side crunched up like a chicken that's been thrown with cold water on a cold day. I couldn't knock on my mom's door because she's gonna think I went to Groove. Why am I back home so early? And I really did not want that smoke. Like, I just was not in the mood for someone to be shouting at me right now. Like, I was just not in the mood. So I sat there and waited for her to wake up. Fortunately, my brother was going to work early that day, and I think an hour or two later, he woke up and he opened the door for me. Because obviously he also wanted to come in, and my mom was watching TV, and she asked me why did I come back so early, and I was like, oh, my friend had to go to church, whatever. Like, I just formed up some lie, because really I did not want my mom asking me a lot of questions. So I formed up a lie that she was gonna believe, and I just moved on with my life. As for the guy, obviously I blocked him because no, ew.